Is a re-upload because YouTube is, I'm trying to think of nice words. I don't have any nice words. Pretending like they care about community guidelines and care about community and all that bullshit. And it's safety on the environment. If they cared about safety in the environment, we'd have half as many fucking family vloggers as we have on YouTube right now. If they cared about community and all that bullshit, they would have commented on Ruby Frank, literally abusing her kids on fucking camera. If they cared about community and safety and all that bullshit, they would have talked about that one woman who adopted a kid from China specifically so she can vlog him quicker, puts his face all over the internet, uses his face to bring in her own income, buys herself a new fancy bracelet, and then immediately rehomes the kids. If they cared about community guideline, Ryan Ward, an underage child, wouldn't be one of the biggest YouTubers and multi-millionaire on the platform. But they don't care about guidelines or anything. They have robots watch your video, and if you say one word that seems out of place, they just take it down. Screw you, YouTube. Suck a big dick. Let's think about other things to talk about. Oh, so there's this job. This is going to be a short episode because I have things to do. I need to go to bed soon, actually, and take a shower. I have makeup and bullshit on. So, I know this person who's hiring for this position. And I don't want to talk much about it because if everything happens, then hallelujah. But pretty much the amount of money I could make if everything works out is beyond my wildest dream of my age, at least. I do imagine myself as a multimillionaire one day, which I know is so silly. So someone please humble me. When he told me about this job, and he's a good guy. Like, I know him personally. I met him more recently, but my friend who's known him for years, right? And he's a really good guy, and he, like, loves his wife. He loves Jesus. Not saying you need to love Jesus to be a good guy, but, like, he seems to be, like, one of the Jesus levels that are also good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the type of person that says, oh, no, this wasn't me. Like, this is all thanks to God. He's, like, one of those people, not, like, well, I'm so holy, God loves me. He's like, no, like, the only reason I am here today is because of Jesus Christ. And I'm like, oh my God, wow. Like, he's so humble. And he's a cis straight white guy that's humble and loves his wife and makes money and is hiring somebody. Or his company, I think, is hiring people. And so when he put it on his story, I was like, at first I was like, no, it's like, this isn't going to work. Like, Salem is not going to work. And then I said, but what if it does? Just like, just say, hey, what are we entailing? So I asked him some questions and he talked about pay. And I was like, that's the pay. Now, it is commission. So that's the part that, like, it's like car salesman, right? Like, you can make some really good money on that. But if you're not selling no cars, then you lose money from it. I don't think it's not exactly like car salesman, but, it sells. Sales is commission. So if you don't sell stuff, you don't make money. And that's the part that scares me. But that's why I'm not quitting any of my other jobs unless if it works. And the way, like, when I got it and when he said, okay, we can do a phone call tomorrow, right? Like, if at this time, can I pencil you in for this time? I was like, yes, you can. If everything works out, if I get this job, if he interviews me tomorrow and I get this job and everything works out, like, I was imagining that. Like, as soon as I saw it and I did the math in my head, I'm like, because he told me how much his friend makes a month. And so I he said this to this much. And I put the lowest number he puts in, and then I multiply that by 12. Like, right now, I make like 20,000 maybe a year, maybe 21, okay? When I looked at that, I was like, I literally started to cry. And I, like, was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because if I could make that much, the way, like, half of my problems, which is roll off my back. And I was just thinking, I literally was like, God, is this what I've been waiting for? I was like, God, please just tell me if is this what I've been waiting for? Because I've been praying for something to happen, anything to happen. And I'm like, something's happening. And is this what I've been praying for? And if it works out, it gives me even more time to like write. And I could be a writer. And I could be making a living wage. I can live. Wouldn't that be crazy? But like I was thinking, oh my God, I could pay everyone back. Like the car that's in my uncle's name, I could pay him off. It costs like $3,000. I'd still be like, no, keep it under your name, keep the insurance and everything, but I could at least pay for the car, you know? I could send him $3,000. And then I owe him some money. I owe him like $500 because he helped me with rent one time. So I either owe him $500 or $400 right now. I have it written down. I need a double C. So I'd be able to pay him back for that. I'd be able to pay back some of my savings, put my savings back in order. Oh my God, to have a savings again, that would be crazy. And like, I'm like dreaming right now. And I keep having to tell myself, cool it down. Nothing has happened yet. But something has happened. He posted that he needed someone to hire a job and I responded. Like that's something happening. And if I just play the right cards, I could just imagine what that first check would look like. And just like, and if nothing happens, then hey, I put myself out there, I tried, and you know, life will go the same. And somehow that's worse than me even knowing that he had this job in the first place. Like if nothing changes, I'm like, oh my God. And I go and I wake up again this time next month or whatever, and nothing has changed. That's like the downside. Sometimes I'll be like living and I'm like, wow, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I'm doing the same thing I did yesterday and the day before and the day before that. I have the same fucking bald spot in my hair, even though I keep putting oil on it and nothing has changed. I go to work, people still don't want to tip. Oh my gosh, I think I filmed a video that I'm not going to upload. It was called like, why, maybe I will. I need to look at it. I don't know. It seems so complaining, and I think I talked in circles or whatever. It was called, why I have Emma Chamberlain blocked. Maybe I'll just name that this one, and I'll talk about it a little bit in a clearer state. But Emma Chamberlain's last video was about why we hate celebrities and all that stuff, and my video was pretty much saying, well, the reason we hate celebrities and like influencers and people like you is because you're out of touch. And she says, well, you know, I don't see myself as this. I don't see I appreciate it and it's for working, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter how you see yourself. It matters like what it is. Like you own a house, you own a mansion. You own not just a house, a mansion. And you can fly to Paris when you want. You can wear these fancy clothes and these fancy shoes. And like, you're not worried about student debt. And like, you're not worried about the prices of eggs. And so when there was some crazy presidential election and there was like people dying in the streets and there was like people dying in Palestine and this crazy stuff going on, you don't say anything because you don't feel like you have to say anything because you think it's not going to impact you at all. And that's not just Emma Chamberlain. That's so many influencers and so many celebrities that just say silence. Well, the world is like literally falling apart. I mean, falling apart. And then at most they'll go to like some corporate event and they'll put a tiny little pin that means something. You have to squint to be like, what does that say? What do you stand for? I can't quite see it. You know? And then you have the everyday person that's taking time off to march in a street and scream for rights that like should obviously already be prepared and have to cry because, oh my God, who do we have as president and how expensive is everything going to go? And oh my God, I mean, who are they going to try to deport next? And how many plane crashes are going on? And oh, the Met Galas, the Grammys were just last night, and look at what everyone's wearing. And I do love clothes, and so they look so cool. Oh, great. Oh, amazing. What was happening down the street? Oh, another protest? Wait a second. What are we talking about? The Grammys right now? And it's like, why do people hate influencers and celebrities? Because you guys don't live with us anymore. You're people that cosplay as normal people that just aren't. And I'm not saying that, you don't deserve to be happy and have special days, right? Because I'd love to go to the Grammys and like, if I was at them, I would go to those places too. But to then go to those crazy places and then go to your crazy houses and live your crazy lives, you've totally just, at some point, you can just see when they decide, oh, I don't need to talk about that normal people stuff anymore. It doesn't affect me. Palestine, that doesn't affect me. Gas prices, that doesn't affect me. Eggs, sweetie, I shop at Iran. The prices of eggs don't affect me. Oh my God. It's like, you can't have your cake and you can't eat it too. If you want to have riches and fame and fortune, which I guess is riches, you have to talk about normal people things, or we're going to have a Dwayne The Rock Johnson incident going on. And I think Dwayne The Rock is a little bit more humble. At least he talked about it other, because, Oprah didn't talk about it at all from what I know afterwards. But, like, yeah, that's why we hate celebrities. Especially the Grammys. Please donate to these houses that are burning down from the fires. And that is sad. People are losing their houses. I'm not, like, that's important. I cannot pay or donate to anybody to help their house right now. I don't know how, I'm struggling for rent. Why are you in a designer suit telling me to donate? How much did you guys donate collectively? Okay, you want us to donate. Okay, whatever. I want to know first how much you donated. First. And I get it. You're supposed to be humble with it. But you are supposed to use your voice. That's the thing. That's another reason I think we hate celebrities. I had a point for mentioning them. About money, maybe, about having a life I can have, whatever. That point is clearly gone now. But that's like another reason I think we kind of like hate celebrities. Because like, oh, I remember like the life I'm living. Okay, we'll go back to that. But it's like the silence of it all too. Like I said, they don't talk about anything that matters, but they have like the loudest voices. They get so many views. Just imagine if they talked about something that mattered. Some of them do, and to those some people, it's awesome. It's really cool. But some of them are so comfortably silent. Really, Emma Chamberlain? Really? Why do you think? And so that's why I had to block Emma Chamberlain. And I watched the whole video, and I get she made whatever points. She didn't actually make many points at all because she didn't decide to have a single actual opinion, except I think one part where she said, well, this is how I feel, and you guys can't change it. I don't know, something about that. But everything else she had, like, said, this is just a theory, and this is, like, I'm not a scientist, and I didn't do any studies, and yada, yada, yada. And I get she doesn't want to be canceled, so she can't believe in anything, I guess. And I'm like, whatever. And so I had to block Emma Chamberlain. I blocked her way before this video because I just couldn't look at her life anymore. And it's not just her. I blocked a whole bunch of celebrities. I've unblocked people now, but like, and I've unblocked Emma Chamberlain because she, has a really pretty Instagram, and I take now a lot of inspiration from Instagram on my own because whatever. And but beforehand, I was like, you are just too happy and perfect and content on your Instagram while the world is like falling apart around you, and your silence and all those silences are kind of astounding to me. I just couldn't watch it anymore. It made me a little angry. I was like, I'd be like, how dare you are wearing this picture or taking this selfie and you didn't say anything that mattered today? Like, you didn't say anything that mattered in so long, And so many of them don't say anything that matters. And it is a shame because they don't want to be controversial and whatever. Emma Chamberlain, at least she's just an influencer or something. She doesn't consider, it's not, from what I can tell, she doesn't consider herself an artist. Though her vlogs are very artsy. Is she an artist? I don't know. Maybe she does consider herself one. But it's crazy to me that people that are actually artists, like the dancers and singers and actors and stuff that we see all the time, like, art is supposed to mean something. Art is supposed to be a statement of stuff. Like, it can't just be anything. We pretend like art is subjective and art is this and art is that. Like, push all that to the side. art is a reflection of what is at the time. Like, think of the caveman. He just was painting what he saw, right? What do you guys see? Baby girl? Is that what we see? Of course, a fun movie is fun. A fun movie is fun. And that everything doesn't need to be so fucking serious all the time. But sometimes some things do need to be serious. And it doesn't need to be a fucking slave movie. Oh my God. Oh, massa this and oh, picking cotton here and oh, wow, whips and chains and man, being black in America. Oh, wow. I'm over that. We get it, okay? And it doesn't need to be torturing porn and whatever Detroit was and all that stuff. Like, okay, we get it. Let's fast forward. Let's tell a story now. And let's talk about something that matters. Like, they cloned Tyrone. That was a good movie. That was such... I loved that movie. It was so kitschy. It felt like it could be a comic book series. Even, like, the costumes they ended up wearing. I was like, this is awesome. It was, like, a great camp black film that talked about something that mattered. It is possible to be fun and enjoyable and talk about things that matter. These people are choosing not to. And they let AI make half the movies. So I'll be shocked. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, everything's the same. Yeah. Emma Chamberlain's not blocked anymore. I don't have anything actually serious, negative that much about her. It's like... And not just her, it's influencers and celebrity culture as a whole. And it just sucks. And it's not like I hate influencers and celebrities or like fancy clothes and everything. I get it. That's not like a new thing. Beautiful clothes should cost money and yada, yada, yada. But there has to be some duality to it. You know what I'm saying? And it can't be as simple as I'm writing something on my dress. Like, please. You could do better than that, you know? We are artists. Create some amazing art. Use your voice to talk about what matters. And sometimes, I'm sorry for this Valley Girl accent coming down. I'm just so sleepy right now. But sometimes, like, when I live the same life every day, I'm so afraid I'm going to be stuck like this. Because maybe that's another reason I'm upset with the celebrities and everything. Maybe there's, like, I'm just sure there definitely is, like, some jealousy, just, like, some outright jealousy in it. Because I'm, like, not saying their lives are perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. But it's really hard for me to imagine if half of my problems have to do with money and they have more money. I'm, like, I get they have problems, but it must be, like, half less than my problems. Or maybe, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, these are like invented problems they have. Like, they have problems with their houses and with their housekeeper and like, you know, like with drugs and doing cocaine like that. I'm like, well, cocaine is very expensive, isn't it? Just, I don't have that issue because I can't afford cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And that's terrible. That's terrible. No, poor people do drugs too. Obviously, drugs is more of a mental thing. I know, yada, yada, yada. But you get what I'm saying, right? I don't know. Maybe if I ever become rich and famous, I'll come back to here and say, guys, ends up I have the same amount of problems. Who'd have thunk? If that happens, that's crazy, though. I'd be pissed if I'm rich and famous and I still have the same amount of problems I have now. And my problems right now, they're not even crazy. They're really not crazy. They're all... I'm living. I'm alive. It's gonna be okay. Everything always is. Tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up, God willing, and it's gonna be another beautiful day. And even if it's just like the day before, that doesn't mean I'm not blessed living it. Because some people's every single day is like living in the Gaza Strip. So let's put things in perspective. There's this one woman. It was a documentary I watched. It was like a short doc, a very short doc. Like maybe even 10 minutes or shorter, right? About homelessness in Skid Road. And there was this one woman that said she hates the nighttime. And I thought, oh, she must be so afraid because, like, She's a woman at night in Skid Row. Like, I mean, the reason we lock our doors at night and we are uncomfortable being alone at night as women does not, default itself when you're a homeless woman. I can only imagine. There was this whole different documentary of this woman that said, oh, yeah, every homeless woman I know has been raped. Like, all of us have been. And I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's like... Because it makes sense, doesn't it? Like, oh my God. But anyways, I thought she was going to say something like that. And she said, every time it's nighttime, I hate it because I realize, like, it's another day I didn't make it out of this situation, essentially. I'm not exactly quoting it, but she's like, it's another day I have to sleep in my car. And, like, really, I do need to be putting things in perspective. Because another day I still get to come home with 2 fucking cats and talk on my iPhone. So I really am blessed to have a family supporting me, at least emotionally. And worst comes to worst, if everything does fall apart here in Savannah, I will move back home to Texas. Like, I'll have to get rid of half my clothes and, probably lose like half of this stuff in here. But life will go on. It is really just stuff. I've never not had a lot of stuff. I always find a way to get stuff. So even if I do have to get rid of all this stuff and move to Texas and everything doesn't work out with this job situation, and, life will find its way to go on. And that's not a bad thing. It's just patience. I'm just an incredibly impatient person, which is how I started this video off, because I was just so hungry. But that's okay, because it's nighttime now. Today is day 5. Tomorrow will be day 6. And then that means day 7. I should have just done, like, 1 meal a day. That would have been so much easier. And I would just wait to eat my meal right before I go to bed. I'd be like, right before. And then I'd put myself in the perfect food coma. And then I just sleep. And I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh. And you have your morning poop. Anyways, I'm sorry. This is such a random topic. How long have we been talking? 39 minutes. Okay, period. See how immediately I removed the blanket. I have to look at myself this whole time. It's like so awkward. But thank you guys for watching this video with me. Sorry if it was a downer. I know it was like interesting energy in this video. I'm not like sad right now. I'm not depressed. I really am just sleepy. And so my voice, I'm sure, sounds so depressed and everything. But I do appreciate you guys talking to me. I'm also, like, I do want to say, like, I understand the whole body weight, everything. Like, I get, like, that's not a normal way of thinking. I'm just saying the way I'm thinking right now and all that jazz. And I'm not saying it's a good thing to think the way I think about my own body. Just the way I feel about my own body. And so I'm putting it out there because that's what I do on this channel. And maybe you also feel this way about your own body, and it feels good to see that other people feel that way. Not saying it's good to feel this way. We should all actively, be good to ourselves. I have been doing something like that's a good thing. Let's end this video with positive things I'm trying to do besides the fasting thing, which is like an extreme level. And say whatever you want to say about it. But I have been, like, gentle parenting myself to love myself. I literally, like, today, I was like, I want to sleep in. I don't want to work out. And I said, okay, you don't want to go to the gym today? Then we won't go to the gym. But if you're going to sleep in so you don't go to the gym, you do have to go running. Would you rather go running later or go to the gym now? And this is me talking to myself. I'm like, I'd rather go running later. Okay, sleep some more. I sleep a little bit more. Okay, it is time to go running. You said you were going to do it. You made a promise to yourself. You made a promise to me, and I'm you. It's complicated, the way I talk to myself in my head. So we have to do this. We can do this. You've done it before. You're going to be so proud of yourself after you do it. And then I got up, and I put some clothes on, and I go outside, and I do my stretches, and I go running. And as I'm running the whole time, I'm like, okay, go a little bit farther. When you make it that far, we'll walk a little bit. Okay, now you can walk. Okay, go a little bit farther now. We're going to walk right when we get to that stop sign. Actually, now that we're at the stop sign, let's just run a little bit farther. No, let's go to that stop sign. Let's see how far we can run. Okay, great. Oh, now we're done. Okay, really. And like literally, that's how I was talking to myself pretty much all day. Like, you're gonna make it through the day. You're good. You're doing this good. You're doing this good. Even looking in the mirror today, I was like, you are so beautiful. Like, this body is insane, whether I feel that way or not. Just like, and sometimes, you know, you do hear yourself, when you say it to yourself enough, you do start to like fool yourself a bit. All confidence I ever exude, if you ever, people that know me think that I'm so confident, I feel. It is all facade. A facade, guys. I'm trying to gentle parent myself and be like, no, we love ourselves. We are happy to be alive, and something amazing is gonna happen today. Like, look at how blue that sky is. It is not always that blue. So one reason already that makes this day an amazing day. So I hope tomorrow we have some blue skies. I really do. If not, the raining will go to the grass, and the grass will be so pretty, and that means we're so much closer to springtime. So you just got to spin everything good. Gentle parent yourself. And now I have to fall asleep. That's the one part where my gentle parenting doesn't work, because it's like, okay, you need to go to sleep. I can't. I'm trying to. We'll see if it can work. Anyways, me and her, I don't know if she has a name. I think I named her Val or something for Valentine's, because I think I got her around that time. She's so cute. Me and Val are happy that you guys hung out with us today. Please leave a comment down below about how you're feeling. Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? What's your thought on this video? Follow me on Instagram, Sailor Movie Baby. TikTok, Sailor Movie Baby. Red Note, Sailor Movie Baby, probably. I haven't named it yet, but I'll probably name it Sailor Movie Baby.